What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. It is the 24th day of June, and here we are at about $62,800 with roughly 11 hours and 17 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it, okay? Here we are, moving down, recovering to the downside from the weekend pump that we had, the long weekend pump that we had. Very suspicious of this pump whenever it came in. I wasn't necessarily expecting that we'd go up this high on Monday, but even at these high levels, we were very suspicious of the price action and calling for lower prices still. And the price that I would expect that we go to at a bare minimum from where we are now, I mean, to be fair, that low is sufficient. We'll look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll see. That would have been the minimum, but from here, I think that it's completely acceptable to consider 60.7K, 60.8K to $60,000 itself, and it's completely acceptable to expect lower prices as well. If we get below this level here, I don't believe that we're going to see the extensions. We could. It's possible that by the end of June or early July, we could be as low as 57 to 54.5K. It's possible. That's not what I'm expecting. That's not the call. The call would be either this zone 60.8 to $60,000 or something that is just below 59.1K itself, maybe right at 59K or just below 59K, a slightly lower double bottom, maybe a fake out relative to this, something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. One of those two options is what I'm thinking, but the third option, again, would be that we could go lower. The fourth option, which I'm not calling for either, is that we just recover from here and we move up, but maybe that'll change by the end of this video. Again, that's the idea at first. I like to set the idea in the beginning, normally, and then we work through it in the short term, and that idea is subject to change. So if you watch that first 30 seconds, first minute of the video, you're like, all right, that's all I need to know. That's without any TA that the new day has brought us. So just, let's wait and see how this develops. Let's go on the 1 hour time frame and then we'll zoom out from there. Okay, 1 hour time frame. We're on Binance, the Binance chart here, BTC USDT. On Binance, the reason we use this chart is it has the most volume out of any exchange in the world, especially on TradingView. And I think that has some merit to it, some significance. Binance and Coinbase are the biggest crypto exchanges, so I think either of those would be adequate. I mean, even KuCoin or Kraken are probably adequate as well. But anyways, 62.8K. Nice little move up over the last hour here. A lot of people in America wake up right around now, so I mean, seeing this move up could generate some ideas to buy. Maybe we get a little bit of excitement in the beginning of the day. Stock market opens, stuff like that. What's the stock market look like right now, by the way? Let's see. Consolidating. You gapped down yesterday. You kind of look like you want to go lower. You probably do go lower. But if you gap down, you just might pump during the beginning. So if we move, I don't know. I would think that it does go lower. So I mean that might entice Bitcoin to move lower as well. Bitcoin won't follow the stock market to the upside, but it definitely follows it to the downside. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour RSI is rejecting the 60. Lower lows here, lower highs here. It's pretty neutral reading overall, but I would say bearish on the RSI for the 1 hour. The stochastics look bearish, and the MACD does look bearish as well. You're actually at a point of contention, so I feel comfortable saying that we will see lower prices. However, if we do get above this high first, if you see prices that are above like 63K again, don't get too excited. That'd be all I have to say. I mean, even if we went up to something just below 64K, I wouldn't get excited. When might we get excited that this is a relative low point, that we aren't in fact going lower, but we are finding a reversal point here to move up? We could start getting excited for that if we cross above, let's say, $64,500. We get above there, maybe I'm wrong. We're not going lower. We're actually going higher. 4 hour time frame here. Looking at this from a low to a high. Low to a high. Again, you've come very close to your golden ratio. Now, you didn't touch it. You didn't technically touch it. I still would count this as an interaction with the golden ratio. Now, this type of interaction where you reach for it but you don't touch it is actually very bullish. Typically, in this type of reaction, you expect to see something like this, and that implies that there's front running, that there's, instead of smart money waiting to buy here, or people putting their positions here in the golden ratio, they're buying ahead of time. There's not enough selling pressure. I don't know why it glitched out like that. There's not enough selling pressure. There's too much buying pressure. Whatever the case may be, maybe there's both, and then you reverse from there. However, the difference between what we did here and what we did here was we kind of grinded out this level. And not only that, we couldn't get above the 236. Whenever you see this happen, and then you don't really have a proper reaction, which I would say we didn't. This reaction was weaker than this reaction was here to the downside. The bears are clearly in control. The bulls are clearly, this is just a relief rally. It's nothing intense, right? That more leaves this kind of gap in the golden ratio as an unfulfilled prophecy. And we've fulfilled the prophecy now. We still had an interaction with this area, but we've come down now. All I'm saying there, and the reason why I'm saying this is to be descriptive, but also to say that we found one interaction, two interactions of the golden ratio. The more that you interact with this golden ratio, the more likely you are to break through it. And whenever you break through the golden ratio, typically you expect the 786, 886, or even the extensions, which again are 57 to 54.6K. Very possible outcomes. Okay. From here, consistently finding some resistance at the 0.5 does make me think that we go down. But again, typically with the 0.5, you would come up and reject it. So we're grinding a little bit. Maybe we move up a little bit. We could get to 64K, maybe. You know, high to low here. That is the golden ratio of this retracement. I mean, maybe we pump up to 64K one last time before coming down, maybe. So again, if you see the price move up to 64K, don't get too excited. Though I'm not calling for that. My call would be that we probably do just move down rather immediately. I mean, if we move up to 64K, whoop-de-doo, I'm wrong about that. But if we can close above 64.5K, then I'm wrong all in all. We're probably going to move up above this high here. But if I'm right, once we start getting 4-hour closes below 62.1K, that should validate this bearish notion, and we should be on our way down. And I do believe that we're going to see this movement probably happen right now. By the time you guys watch this video, we'll probably be at lower prices, and I doubt we're moving up higher personally, based off the 1 hour and the 4 hour. The RSI on the 4 hour is bearish. Finding support at the oversold zone is nice, but rejecting the 40 area is not so nice. And it looks like you might be doing that here. Still 3 hours left in this 4 hour time frame. We'll see. Stochastics look bearish overall. MACD is bearish overall. Daily time frame here again, rejecting the 50. We're working our way down from there. Looking like you want to get oversold. Stochastics definitely aimed lower. The daily time frame certainly does look the most bearish out of all these time frames, and out of all the time frames we've looked at, it is the most significant. Stochastics here are bearish. RSI is bearish. The MACD is bearish overall, right? I mean, you could stay green for longer, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got a cross here either by the end of the month or early July. We might finish the month of June with a bang to the downside. We might open up July with a bang to the downside as well. There might be a little bit of blood coming our way over the next couple of weeks, you guys. So prepare yourselves. I'm expecting a lot of psychological dismay to happen to the crypto markets. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But a lot of people here were screaming, man. It was very vibrant with noise of people saying that this was the bear market low, that we finally have it. By the way, it's the same people who were saying up here that the low is in. We're never going below 60K again. That's the low. You're dumb for not buying here. Those same people are saying that the low is in now. Even though the writing's on the wall, this reaction is far weaker than this reaction from the same area. Even the secondary reaction was stronger. The tertiary reaction was stronger than this reaction from this area. This is piss poor. And typically, whenever you see a bounce, and then you get a weaker bounce, and then you kind of meander, you break through. And that's what we're doing. And we're probably going to break through. It's probably going to happen. So again, whenever I talk about psychological dismay, I mean if and when we see lower prices, even if it's a fake out, it's going to upset the whole narrative that people have. And they'll be expecting that we go lower. And maybe those 30K calls will come back, 40K calls will come back. We won't go as low as people expect. When everybody's bearish, that's when the bear market ends. And I wouldn't say everybody's bearish now, but we're very, very close to, I think, providing some capitulation. Anyways, 62.6K weekly time frame here. RSI sucks. It's bearish. Don't do this, okay? Don't do this. This is definitely not something that you should do. Don't compare what we're doing now since October with anything that we did from November of 2022 to October of 2025. Don't compare it. Don't compare it at all, because this is a bull market, whereas this is a bear market. We came out of the oversold zone here. Okay? We came out of it. We broke out of the downtrend, and guess what? We still went lower. We still went lower. Sizably lower. From the low, the lowest point after that was 12% down. 12% doesn't sound like a lot, does it? But nobody wants to be down 12%. And 12% for Bitcoin is 24% or more for altcoins, okay? This, what we've done here, is not this, what we've done here. This, what we've done here, is closer to what we did back in September of 2022. We could consolidate, we could meander for a longer time, and then later we'll have our drop. My expectation is that we will find support somewhere. We'll find support somewhere, guys. We're going to find support somewhere between this low point here and this closing low point here. That's $54.8K to $49,000. That's my expectation. Look at the significance. Look at the significance. On a low basis, you've got resistance there. You've got support there. On a closing basis, consistent support right there. A little bit of support right there. You also have resistance dating back here and resistance in this zone. It's very significant. From a low here to a high, it's just below the 382. Perfect. That's very common. And if I take my own advice, which is instead of measuring from the fake out high, you put it at the actual high here instead of the fake out high, that 382 is very close actually to the 55K level. And again, it's very common to wick just below the 382 and come back up. When we're down here, people are going to be expecting that we go lower. Maybe we do, maybe we don't, but we probably don't. It's when, if nobody's expecting that we go lower and they're calling for the lows, then maybe we do go lower. We're going to have to capitulate the market. And we could go as low as 43K. I think that that's acceptable. That's completely acceptable. But somewhere in that 43K to $55,000 zone, that's my expectation personally. I don't really have anything else to say. RSI is bearish. Stochastics are bearish. MACD just flipped red. We have 4 days, 12 hours left to fix that. I don't think that we do. We're probably going to go down. And we're in that finale phase of the bear market, guys. Just because we're in the finale doesn't mean that we have to see this right now, right? But when I say finale, I mean we are in those final days. It could be this month, probably not. It could be next month, probably not. It could be August. We're getting a little bit more probable. September, October, November, December. We're in that final 6-month period of the bear market. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of psychological games Bitcoin has in store for us. So likely what's going to happen is we're just going to be very boring. It's going to be very boring. We're going to have one quick dump. It's going to be a flash of excitement and then just very boring again. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.